Starting, sir.
Good afternoon, one and all. So,
afternoon,
though, please mute yourself. Lastly, I will ask any questions. Then you unmute yourself and then ask the question. Though we completed this modal split, few people have asked me to revise this once again. And in this, a few important terminologies are there. They asked me to explain. That's why I have taken this modal split today as a revision topic. Okay. So as of modal split or mode choice, both are same. Modal split or mode choice, both are same. Okay. So why we will do modal split or mode choice? First, we should know. Okay. So basically, in our Indian scenario, we have two categories of vehicles, like a private transport and public transport. Okay. So public transport, it is based on the local governments in that particular area and that government policies. So based on the running of the public transport, based on the local government and facilities provided by that local government and policies of that local government. And fixing the fare of the that private public transport is also depends upon the government which is there in that area. And coming to the private transport, so our main aim is to do the modal split is to know, okay, is to know about how many number of private vehicles are going to come onto the road. That we wanted to know. Okay, that's why we will do the modal split analysis. So if you do the modal split analysis, then you came to know that how many number of private vehicles that are going to come onto the road. Then only you can able to provide the facilities for those private transport. Okay, so as you know, in 4-step travel demand modeling, in that sequence, first is strip generation, after one is strip distribution, and modal split, after that route assignment. It is the third stage process. Modal split is the third stage process in the 4-step travel demand modeling, which we will do before trip assignment. Before trip assignment. Okay. Rishi is sharing. Rishi sharing. Okay. So modal split will gives us the number of private vehicles that are going to come onto the road in future. Okay, so in our Indian scenario, basically we classified total number of vehicles into mainly three categories, like public transport, intermediate public transport, and private transport. As of all you know that public transport means buses, MMTS, metro. As per concern of our Hyderabad, public transport means buses, MMTS, metros, etc. And intermediate transport vehicles means like auto rickshaws. Okay, all those things are the intermediate public transport vehicles. And private transport vehicles are, you may call that as personal vehicles, which comes under the cars or two-wheelers mainly. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Then what factors that will influence you to select a mode of a vehicle? That is the main important here. So what are the different factors that are going to influence you to select a mode of vehicle. Okay, the first one is the socio-economic characteristics of the traveler, which will be very important. Okay, so the age of a particular person, income level of that particular person, vehicle ownership, household size of the and structure, okay, location of residence and destination. So for example, if your residence is so far to the public transport, then you might have select the private transport to reach the destination. So that means accessibility to the public transport and characteristics of the transport system. One more important is, so access time, waiting time, walking time, parking time, all those things will comes under parking cost. What is the travel cost to reach the destination? So if you consider all those characteristics, all those factors, those factors also will influence you the selection of the mode of the vehicle. And the characteristics of the trip length. So what is the purpose of the trip? For example, if you are going for the recreation, or if you are going for the some marriage function, okay, whole family has to go. Instead of selecting the public transport, you may select the private transport. Similarly here, trip length. So for example, if you are going say 600 kilometers, 700 kilometers, instead of selecting the uh, private transport to go to 600 kilometers, 700 kilometers, we may select the public transport which is available, if it is available. Okay, then we can classify the modal split into two types. One is, you can do the modal split in two types. First type is trip end models. Okay, trip end models. So trip end models means you can do the modal split, okay, before trip distribution. As I told you in the beginning of this class itself, so modal split is the third stage in the four-step travel demand modeling. Though it is third step of four-step travel demand modeling, you can do the modal split before trip distribution also, and then you can do the trip distribution. You can do the modal split after the trip distribution also. Okay, so first coming to the before trip distribution, you can do the modal split analysis before trip distribution also. So if you are doing modal split before trip distribution, again you can do the modal split before trip distribution in two stages. One is at the trip generation stage itself, and another one is after trip generation, but it should be before trip distribution. After trip generation, at the trip generation itself, when you are doing the trip generation, simultaneously you can do the modal split analysis also, and then you can do the modal split after trip generation but before trip distribution. And second stage is, you can do the modal split analysis after the trip distribution. Okay, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of the methods which you are following, the processes which you are following to do the modal split analysis? So if you do the modal split analysis at the trip generation itself, what happened? So if you do the modal split analysis at the trip generation itself, what happened? So separately we need to develop equations, regression equations to do the modal split analysis. So at the along with the trip generation, we need to again develop the equations for the modal split separately. Then you need to do so. And also, what are the factors that will influence the trip generation? You should consider the same factors for modal split also, if you do the modal split at the trip generation itself. Okay, so this is very easiest method. If you do the trip model split at the trip generation itself, it is very easiest model. but you have some disadvantages. Later on, if any influencing factors may come after trip generation, if any influencing factors may come, so you may not include those factors, influencing factors, into the modal split. Okay, so that is one of the disadvantages. Then in first stage itself, you can do the modal split after trip generation but before trip distribution. Okay, if the modal split is carried out after trip generation but before trip distribution, the trip generations are calculated on the assumption that mode of travel has no influence. Okay, so if you do modal split analysis after trip generation, that modal split analysis will not have any influence on the trip generation. You have to assume like that. Then only you can do the modal split analysis after trip generation. And to determine the total trip productions and attractions, these trips are allocated to the public transport system. Okay, to find out the how many number of trips generated, how many number of trips attracted. Okay, so you have to allocate all these trips to the public transport. Okay, as I told you, if you do the pre-trip distribution, that means if you do the modal split analysis before the trip distribution, we have advantages as well as disadvantages. Those are, they are less difficult and less costly. Okay, so we have very less number of variables. If you do the modal split before trip distribution, you can have the less number of variables. With that less number of variables, you can easily develop the equations, and you can do the modal split analysis. And it is easily, if you want to separate the variables, it is very easy to separate the variables, because you are having very less number of variables if you do the modal split before the trip distribution. Then you simultaneously, we have the disadvantages also if you do the modal split analysis before trip distribution. What are those? It does not consider the trip generation characteristics fully. Okay, so if you after trip generation, if anything happen, it will not consider fully. Okay, and future developments also in this, we may not able to consider if future developments are going to influence the modal split. So if you do the modal split before trip distribution, we will unable to consider that into the consideration. And the second one is post trip distribution, that is trip interchange modal split analysis. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Yeah, previous one. So in this slide, here we have several characteristics like public transport characteristics, land use factors, socio-economic factors, which will influence our modal split. So here, immediate after trip generation, we are doing the modal split before trip distribution. After trip distribution, this modal split after a modal split, this modal split analysis, we are going to link with the trip distribution. We are going to link with the trip distribution. Okay, so if you do like this, what happened? So you can easily identify the public vehicles and private vehicles. Based on those data, you can distribute the trips. That is the one of the advantage. Later on, we will do the this is the flow chart which will show this is the flow chart which will explain you trip and modal split modeling. Next slide. Next one is trip interchange modal split. So a post trip distribution model split or after trip distribution model split. So after trip distribution model split, if you do the model split after trip distribution, in the post trip distribution model split, it is possibility to carry out model split after trip distribution, but it should be before trip assignment. Okay, so in this procedure, we can able to, after trip distribution, if you do the model split, you can able to, before that you would have to have the different surveys like home based survey, uh, roadside survey, different surveys we will conduct to collect the data. Okay, after trip distribution, you have so many surveys data. Based upon those surveys data, zone to zone, home based trips, you can easily identify. Based on that, if it is home to zone home based trip, you can easily identify how many number of private vehicles are going to come onto the road. You can easily identify. So using that input in this procedure, you can easily determine zone to zone public transport and private transport vehicles. Then you can easily distribute the trips. Okay, and we have another methods like aggregate and disaggregate to do the model split analysis. Okay, aggregate is interzonal information. Say for example, aggregate means put together. So the total information, if you put together, then if you do the model split analysis, that we will call as aggregate. Disaggregate means so different characteristics. Say for example, household or individual data, separate data if you maintain, if you do the model split analysis, we will call that as disaggregate model. Next slide. So in this figure, this flow chart will clearly explain trip interchange model or after trip distribution model split analysis. So here also you have similar types of characteristics. After trip generation, we will have the trip distribution. After trip distribution, we will have the model split analysis. And then after model split analysis, immediately we will not go for the trip assignment. What we will do after model split analysis, you may get more information regarding the trip distribution. So after that, what we will do, we will link this model split information, model split extra information to the trip distribution again, and then finally, if you you will do the final distribution. After the final distribution, we will go for the directly trip assignment like this. Okay. Next slide, please. Then, how do you do the model split analysis? How do you do the model split analysis? So we have the, till now, we know what is model split. Till now, what are the factors affecting the model split analysis, we know. And then what is the process of doing the model split analysis, we know. Then here we are going to know about what are the different methods that are available for us to do the model split analysis. So here we have several methods of doing the model split analysis. One is a diversion cause. This is a very oldest method. And then a logic model, probit model, discriminate analysis. These are the methods which are available to do the model split analysis. So in that, first we will go for the diversion cause. Okay, so the term itself will tells you diversion curves. So what is the meaning of diversion? Diversion is to divert the traffic from one stream to the another stream. Based upon several factors. If you draw a curve, between several factors. Based on that curve, if you divert the traffic from one stream to the another stream, that we will call as a diversion curve. That curves we will call as a diversion curves. Okay, these are the first developed transportation planning project in Canada. Okay, so diversion curves are developed in the Canada city. Okay, so as I told you, based on several parameters, we will do this. We will draw the diversion curve. Based on that curve, if you divide the stream into the another stream, that we will call as a diversion curve. So what are those parameters here? Here we have the parameters which we will use in diversion curve. Okay, first one is TTR, travel time ratio. TTR means travel time ratio, and CR, cost ratio, and SR. SR is the service ratio. Okay, travel time ratio. What is travel time ratio? Okay, so here, as I told you, the main mode of doing the modal split analysis is to identify the number of public transport vehicles and the number of private transport vehicles. So to compare these two, we need to do the modal split analysis. So what is travel time ratio? Travel time ratio, so it is the ratio between the travel time to reach from origin to destination. To reach the destination, it is the journey time taken by the public transport divided by the travel time taken by the, or journey time taken by the private transport. It is the ratio between journey time or travel time taken by the public transport divided by the total travel time. For example, if you wanted to go to from Medchal to the Secunderabad, if you use the public transport as a mode to go to from Medchal to the Secunderabad, what is the total travel time that it takes divided? Similarly, if you use another kind of mode in private transport like car or two-wheeler, what is the total travel time taken by that to reach from Medchal to the Secunderabad? So this travel time taken by the public transport from origin to destination divided by the travel time taken by the private transport to reach from Medchal to the Secunderabad is the travel time ratio. Travel time ratio. This travel time ratio you can also calculate for a different routes for a single mode. For example, if you are using, if you wanted to go to from Medchal to the Secunderabad, then we have two paths to go to Medchal to the Secunderabad. Say for example, road A and road B. Okay, by using road A, say for example, it will take 30 minutes using same mode of vehicle. Okay, same mode of vehicle means if you are going by private transport like car from Medchal to Secunderabad, road A and road B. Okay, so if it takes 30 minutes time to reach from Medchal to the Secunderabad using road A, and say for example 45 minutes time taken by the road B, then which one you will prefer? Okay, which route we will prefer? For that also you have to calculate the travel time ratio. Okay, next slide please. See here, so travel time ratio is the total time taken by the public transport from origin to destination divided by total time taken by the private transport from origin to destination is the total time ratio. And service ratio. Okay, so service ratio is the ratio. For example, what is the travel time? For example, if you wanted to go to from Medchal to the Secunderabad using public transport, what you have to do? from your residential area to the public transport bus stop, you have to walk. Okay, that walking time. Till bus comes, you have to wait there, that waiting time. And then you have to get into the bus, and then you have to move from Medchal to the Secunderabad. In between this, you may have so many delays. Because of traffic congestion, you may get so many delays. So after that, you have to get down there Secunderabad. Okay, and for another bus you have to wait. So for that, how much time, including all? Okay, so total time is called travel time. Travel time is nothing but including all this: walking time from your residential area to the bus stop, and waiting time at the bus stop. From if you get into the bus, then from Medchal to the Secunderabad, the bus traveling time, all those things included in this. And similarly, in private transport like car also, same parking. You have to park your vehicle. Okay, so you have to for parking time and journey time in the car, all those will comes into the travel time. If you use private transport, the travel time will be the parking time and journey time. Okay, if you consider the public transport, the walking time, waiting time, travel journey time, all those will comes under this. So excluding journey time means from once if you get into the bus, or once if you get into the car, from if it starts from Medchal to Secunderabad, excluding that time, remaining all times means for example, service ratio is the ratio excluding journey time of a public transport divided by the excluding travel time of the car. Okay, so for example, you will take if you use car, you will take some time from to travel from Medchal to the Secunderabad. You have to remove that time. Excluding that time, remaining all times, including all times by the private transport, and excluding that travel time in public transport, remaining all times, waiting time, walking time, remaining all times. Okay, that's why here. So in the first formula, you have A. In the service ratio, you will not find A value. A is the, what is A value? Time spent in the public transport vehicle. Okay, so you have to exclude the time which you spent in the public transport vehicle. Excluding that, remaining all times you have to count. Similarly here, in the denominator, F is not there. Okay, so what is F? Car driving time. Okay, so you if you exclude the time which you spent in the public transport and car driving time, then the ratio between these two remaining times will give you the service ratio. Similarly, cost ratio. Okay, so cost ratio is very important to analyze the modal split. Okay, so cost ratio is the ratio between the cost of a journey using public transport divided by the cost of the journey using private transport. Okay, the cost of the journey using public transport divided by the cost of the journey using private transport is the cost ratio. Okay, so CR is equal to, here CR is equal to I divided by J plus K plus 0.5 L divided by M. Okay, so M is the number of members used public transport, private transport. Okay, for example, if you are going by car, then there may be 4 members can travel at a time in a car from the same house. Okay, the total cost of that journey divided by 4 will give you the cost of each person travel from Medchal to Secunderabad using private transport. So I is the total cost. So I is public transport fare, and J is the cost of fuel, and K is the cost of oil or lubricants which you need to use. So, and L is the parking cost. L is the parking cost. M is the average car occupancy. That means, as I told you, so there may be chances of using a private transport, or there may be 4 members may travel from Medchal to Secunderabad. So the total cost incurred divided by that 4 members will give you the cost by each person. Okay, that ratio will be the cost ratio. So based upon these three parameters, like travel time ratio, and then cost ratio, service ratio. What is travel time ratio? Travel time ratio is the total time it takes to reach from Medchal to the Secunderabad using public transport divided by the total time it takes to reach from Medchal to Secunderabad using private transport is the total travel time ratio. Okay, and service ratio is the excluding. It is the ratio of time taken to reach from Medchal to Secunderabad using public transport, excluding time spent in private, excluding time spent in public transport, and excluding car driving time. Okay, that total time. Cost ratio is the cost, the fare, public transport fare from Medchal to Secunderabad divided by the individual money spent to reach from Medchal to Secunderabad using private transport. It gives you the cost ratio. So these are the very important parameters. Based upon these parameters, we will draw the diversion cost. Okay. As I told you, diversion cost we will use for the separation of the lanes also. Okay, so if you wanted to segregate the expressways, or if you wanted to tell the need of expressway, we need to have the diversion curve. What is the importance of expressway? To explain the need of expressway, time using time ratio of different roads, you can tell the need of expressways also using diversion curves. Okay, next slide please. So this is about the diversion curve, which already explained.